Remember, the 5th of November. Ha! What's up, guys? Jordan Satha here on the 5th of November, 2019. And in this video, I want to take a look at just a couple of things. The first thing is absolutely exploding on the internet today, and that's Project Veritas' Epstein cover-up expose. It's spreading like wildfire. It would probably be spreading even faster if the social media companies weren't suppressing the hashtag behind it. But we'll take a look at that, what's being exposed, what's being said, and then I also want to take a look at the latest Q drops. I know it's been a couple of days with those, but I still want to put my 2 cents out there on them, and then also take a look at the latest fake news attacks against Q, against 8kun, and some updates with 8kun as well. So, let's get started. This video is brought to you by Virtual Shield. Seems like every day we're learning more and more about how big tech companies and apps and websites track our IP addresses and use the data they find against us. Well, with Virtual Shield's VPN, they can no longer do that. Their VPN is incredibly easy to use. All you do is sign up for their service, download their app, and hit the connect button. That's it, you're good to go. Then when you're surfing the web, your IP address is hidden so these websites can't track or log your data, and also any information you do send over the internet is safe with that VPN connected as well. Plus, Virtual Shield's VPN is extremely cheap right now. They have a Black Friday special going on for just $3 a month, so there's all sorts of benefits you get with a VPN. Check out Virtual Shields, links will be in the description below. Alright, so first up is the Project Veritas Epstein cover-up expose today. And what this turned out to be is hot mic footage of an ABC anchor. Her name is Amy Robach, and she was having a conversation with her producer from back in August where she was discussing being in contact with one of Epstein's accusers, Virginia Roberts, and having an investigation ready for ABC to air. Full investigation on all the accusations around Jeffrey Epstein, ready to go over 3 years ago. She talks about how the upper management at ABC killed the story and how there was even pressure from the Buckingham Palace. Of course, Prince Andrew over there, they want to protect him. Pressure from the Buckingham Palace to quash the story. At first I thought this was going to be somewhat of a nothing burger, but after digging into this story, listening what she had to say, and seeing the reaction spread around the internet, I realized that this is huge. Project Veritas is going outlet by outlet, exposing each one, and the conversation in this video is going to seriously open some eyes. I'm also seeing people start a boycott Disney conversation because Disney owns ABC. I'm all for that. How ironic. A Disney media company covering for elite pedophile. Things that make you go, buh. Anyway, the most interesting part of this story to me wasn't what was breaking in regards to ABC management quashing the story, but it was where the conversation with this ABC anchor ended up going to in this full video. Amy Robach admitted that she 100% thinks that Jeffrey Epstein did not commit suicide. Of course, anybody with a working brain cell in their head also thinks that. She goes on to say, when you look at all the powerful men that were on that island, Jeffrey Epstein's island, he made a living blackmailing people. She said these words. And she also said in this hot mic footage, Clinton specifically. She didn't say Trump, no mention of Trump, but she definitely said and referred to Bill Clinton. So just hearing these things being spoken from an establishment media anchor, this is going to seriously make the gears in some people's heads start turning. Me personally, I'm not surprised that ABC quashed an Epstein story over 3 years ago, but the important thing is millions of people out there who don't research this sort of stuff as much as you and I might, they might be surprised by this, and that's what's important. Awakening, step by step. So this Veritas story is definitely impacting the collective consciousness today, so much so that Twitter had to suppress the hashtag. It was getting hundreds of thousands of mentions, and Twitter wasn't even making it trend. So that's that. Now moving on into Q's drops. We only got a few, so this will be quick, but first I gotta say, man, waking up over the weekend, seeing my Q drop app light up, seeing qmap.pub aggregate some new Q posts, that was a good feeling to have again. I think you could agree with me. Okay, getting into these drops. The first two that we have here were from Saturday the 2nd at around midday, around noon. And they came up just a couple of hours after 8kun went live there at 8 in the morning on Saturday. And I thought Q might take a few days, let 8kun get smoothed out a little bit before they started posting again. But no, they posted pretty much right away. And these first two drops look to be some security tests that Q is doing with the new site, maybe testing devices or testing 8kun. And then we get to this drop right here just a few minutes later. This drop is just of a YouTube link, and it's a 3-minute video of the American flag waving. Patriotism right there. And then in the last 2 drops that we get from later on Saturday, Q gives us 2 tweets and then saying rig for red. We'll take a look at what rig for red means in a second here. But in these 2 tweets, the first one was a particular Anon on Twitter noticing that Q told us exactly how long they were going to be down for. Incredibly enough, check this out, blows my mind. So in a drop from late July, right before, just a few days before Q went dark in early August, Q gave us this line, and remember it had the 9-3, a lot of spaces, DK. I think a lot of us really had no idea what it meant at the time. Well, Q started posting again on November 2nd. The last post was August 1st. That is exactly 93 days between posting. 93 days dark. 9-3 DK. First day back, they're already blowing our minds. Jeez. And then this next tweet here is from Say When LA on Twitter. That's the handle name. Goes by Wyatt as well. Great account to follow on Twitter. He tweeted, veteran mob prosecutor John Durham was not appointed by Attorney General Barr. Durham served as interim U.S. attorney since October 28th, 2017, after Sessions appointed him. Coincidentally, the same day Q began posting. President Trump nominated Durham as U.S. attorney on November 1st, 2017. Holy crap, it's happening. Wow. Shout out to Wyatt for getting cued with that tweet right there. There's a lot to reconcile in that tweet. It's a good one. So October 28th, 2017, Durham serving as interim U.S. attorney since that date, the same day Q began posting. That's new to me. That's incredible stuff right there. No coincidences. And then secondly, Durham being appointed by Sessions. Remember, trust Sessions? Sessions did exactly what Sessions needed to do. That's what some people out there aren't getting. Jeff Sessions did perfectly. Okay? Wow. A lot of stuff to reconcile there. And remember, Q telling us stealth bomber? Wow. You know, all these names that we're hearing about so far after the fact. We didn't hear about Durham till way after that. Huber even later too. You know, and there could be prosecutors still out there that we haven't heard about. More stealth bombers. God, the way this is all coming together. It's just incredible. I love it. So those were the drops. Now let's talk about rig for red. What does rig for red mean? Well, rig for red is military terminology. Some people are thinking it comes from the Hunt for Red October, but the Hunt for Red October, that movie, actually uses the military terminology. And it particularly means, in this context, having to do with submarines, actually. And rig for red is a term that's used on submarines when they are coming up in shallow water for surface warfare or surface operations. They turn all the bright lights off and leave the red lights on, because red lights are much easier for our night vision to adjust to as humans. When red lights are on, we can see farther in the dark. Very important when you're out at sea at nighttime. So rig for red is when submarines go shallow, okay? I think that's what Q is telling us right here, that they're basically coming up to the surface again after being dark for over 3 months there, like a submarine coming to the surface. So rig for red, rig for the surfacing, and a lot more Q drops, I believe. I take that to mean. But we're not getting any Q drops until 8chan is good to go. And 8chan, or 8kun, excuse me, has been having some problems over the weekend. When it went up on Saturday, I was somewhat able to log on. I was able to get on the boards, but I haven't been able to post since the website's been online. Some other people have. Q obviously has there, but I haven't. I've only been surfing on a basic web browser, though. I know some other people are using Tor and using some other ways to get on 8kun. I'm not a tech aficionado. I don't know about Tor, really smart ways to use it, so I don't venture there. I'm just waiting till it's good on my browser. Right now, it's down. Ron, 8kun admin, said via tweet this morning, they've been under sustained attack for the past few days and doing everything they can to get things stable again. The site's still online, but limping along. Hopefully, they'll be able to have everything smooth and good to go within a couple of days. But no doubt, not only was there a lot of traffic hitting 8kun over the weekend and early this week, but attacks. Gosh, those shills got activated quick. I'm sure some rogue intel folks are sending a lot of resources to attack 8kun and keep it down, keep Q from posting. So let's hope it comes up quick and we start getting some new Q drops quick. And speaking of those shills getting activated, God, the mainstream media, man, it was so fast. This article from the New York Times, I saw them tweet it barely 2 hours after 8kun went live. They printed this article, tweeted it, only 2 hours later, says right here in Trump's Twitter feed, conspiracy mongers, racists, and spies. And the first half of this article is all Q bashing. All Q bashing, calling Donald Trump basically a fool, sharing a bunch of crazy, extremist, violent, conspiracy theory content, QAnon stuff on his Twitter. God. Like clockwork. 8kun goes live, and then they print this. They probably already had it ready. They already had it ready beforehand, just waiting for 8kun to go up so they can print this. So that was the New York Times. We also had the Daily Beast running an article on 8chan or 8kun, staging a comeback under a new name. Vice, of course. Oh, God. They suck so bad. Vice. 8chan is back with a new name. And QAnon's already posting. Terrible. Business Insider also got the Newswire. The Independent also got the Secure Drop. A lot more where that came from, folks. A lot more where that came from, especially when Q is really able to start posting and 8kun gets smoothed out. Things are going to get real fun. Not only is Project Veritas putting out their exposés, more Q drops are coming, and I think a whole lot is going to be exposed by 2020, by the end of the year. So that's all I have for you guys in this one. Really neat Project Veritas expose today. I would suggest you watch the full video, the full 7 or 8 minute video. I'll link it down below. Okay, it's a lot better than those clips I'm seeing on Twitter. So go check out the full video, share it around, new Q drops, get that qmap.pub bookmarked, get this channel subscribed to. Make sure you hit that little notification bell on this channel too. You know, get updated for these. And that's all I have for you, everybody. More to come.